She's young, she's stunning, and she's looking at you like you might be different. But one wrong move, just one, and you go from mysterious older man to desperate old fool. You know what kills her attraction faster than age? Weakness, masked as attention. You see, there's something a lot of older men do when they're with a younger woman. They overcompensate. They try too hard to prove their value, to flex their success, to show they can still keep up. They fall into this trap of validation, texting first, buying gifts too soon, over-explaining, giving her compliments she hasn't earned yet. And deep down, she starts thinking, if he's really that high value, why is he chasing me like a teenage boy? Now, listen carefully. This video is going to reveal the one behavior that instantly destroys her respect for you. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to carry yourself with masculine restraint, how to be attractive without trying, and most importantly, how to flip the dynamic so she chases you. Because here's the truth. Women don't fall for men who worship them. They fall for men they admire. And admiration is born from control, power, emotional sovereignty. This matters, especially for older men. You've lived, you've built, you've failed, you've conquered. Your energy should be calm, grounded, unmoved. But what most guys get wrong is that they let a young woman's beauty shake that foundation. They pedestal her, they lose their edge. Let me be clear. There is nothing more unattractive to a younger woman than an older man trying to impress her. She doesn't want to be your trophy. She wants to earn your attention. She wants to know that you're not moved by her looks alone. She wants to feel like being in your presence is a privilege, not a favor you're begging her for. Think about it. When was the last time a man in control did the chasing? Kings don't chase. Warriors don't chase. The grounded masculine man waits. He lets the world come to him. She'll respect you if you resist the urge to prove yourself. That restraint is your power. You meet a younger woman. She's charming, curious, a little flirtatious. She laughs at your jokes, leans in, and you feel that spark. And here's where the mistake happens. You drop your frame. You start messaging her more often than she messages you. You ask when she's free instead of telling her your availability. You offer to drive across town. You try to show her a good time instead of just being the good time. And in her mind, she's thinking, why is he so available? Why does he seem so eager? Doesn't he have anything going on in his life? This is where the respect dies. Not with a bang, but with 1,000 little concessions. Now pause. Ask yourself this. Are you leading the interaction, or are you dancing for her approval? Because younger women are drawn to older men for a reason. They crave stability. They want grounded energy. They want to feel your presence, not your performance. When you give too much too soon, she sees weakness. When you reveal your emotional hunger, she senses that you're looking to her to complete you. And let me tell you right now, nothing kills her respect faster than that. She wants a man who doesn't flinch, a man who doesn't explain himself, a man who knows what he brings to the table and doesn't feel the need to advertise it. This isn't about being cold, it's about being composed, controlled, strategic. Let her wonder, let her guess what's going on in your world, let her question what you think of her. That uncertainty creates curiosity. That curiosity builds attraction. Remember, a woman doesn't chase men who act like she's the prize. She chases the man who makes her prove she's worthy of his time. Now listen carefully again. Every time you act from insecurity, you lose power. Every time you try to win her over, you lose leverage. The goal isn't to impress her, it's to inspire her through your actions, your confidence, your silence. This is where Stoicism comes in. Control your impulses. Don't react emotionally. Don't rush to give her what she hasn't earned. The moment you withhold, you reclaim your power. Let me give you a real scenario. An older man takes a younger woman out on a date. He's successful, well-dressed, charismatic. But the moment she compliments his career, he lights up like a boy getting noticed for the first time. He starts rambling, telling her too much, oversharing, listing achievements, and you can feel the energy shift. What started as masculine mystery turns into a performance. He's no longer centered, he's seeking approval. And here's the thing, younger women feel this shift. They might smile, they might nod, but inside they're losing interest. Because here's what she's thinking. If he's really that confident, why is he trying so hard to impress me? She's not impressed by your resume. She's impressed by your calm, your detachment, your ability to hold back when every other man leans in. Now, contrast that with another man, same age, same setting, but this man is still. He listens more than he talks. When she asks questions, he pauses, looks her in the eye, smiles, speaks slowly. He's not afraid of silence. He's not afraid of space. She leans in. He doesn't move. She asks about his life. He gives just enough. No bragging, no selling, just presence. And suddenly, she's chasing. She wants to earn more of him. That's masculine polarity. That's dominance without a word. You see, when you give a woman mystery, she brings curiosity. When you give her certainty too soon, she checks out. That's the brutal truth. Now here's what Stoicism teaches us. Just because you feel desire doesn't mean you act on it. Just because you're attracted doesn't mean you pursue. The Stoic man observes his emotions but does not become a slave to them. You want her? Fine, but you don't need her. And the moment she senses that, she respects you. That emotional control, that's your edge, that's your magnetism. You don't chase beauty, you attract it. Not with flash, but with focus. Not with effort, but with essence. And it all starts with this mindset. I am the reward. Let's talk about what really drives her wild. And no, it's not your money, your car, or your ability to quote poetry on a rooftop. It's your restraint. It's your ability to look her in the eyes, feel the attraction, and not flinch, not fold, not fantasize out loud. Most older men fall into the trap of showing too much interest too soon. They think their age puts them at a disadvantage, so they try to compensate by being overly romantic, overly available, overly expressive. Wrong move. You see, young women are biologically wired to test your strength, your emotional strength. She wants to know if you're the kind of man who bends under pressure, or if you stand tall regardless of the emotional storm. That's why she pushes buttons. That's why she flirts one day, then goes cold the next, not to be cruel, but to see what you're made of. So the next time she takes a little longer to reply, the next time she seems distracted on a date, the next time she tests your patience, pause, breathe, and don't react. Because your reaction is what she's studying. If you complain, question, or chase, she knows you're weak. If you remain composed, playful, and unfazed, she knows you're powerful. And power, my friend, is irresistible. Now imagine this inner dialogue happening in her head. Why isn't he reacting? Does he even care? What's going on in his mind? Am I not enough for him? That mystery, that unpredictability, that's what hooks her. You become the man she can't figure out, the man she talks to her friends about, the man who makes her feel something new, not validation, but chow. Because the truth is, Younger women are bored of being adored. They're used to being chased. What they crave is a man who doesn't need them, who chooses them but could walk away at any moment. And that, right there, is the essence of Stoicism. You control yourself. You rule your own emotions. You never let your desire dictate your behavior. When you master that, you don't just attract her, you dominate the entire interaction. Let's get one thing straight. Being older isn't a disadvantage. It's a weapon, but only if you wield it right. You have experience. You've seen the world. You've failed, recovered, rebuilt. You've probably loved, lost, and learned the hard way. That history, that's power. But here's the kicker. If you walk into a dynamic with a younger woman carrying insecurity instead of authority, she senses it instantly. If you act like you're lucky to be there, she'll treat you like you are. But if you walk in like you belong, like you choose her, not the other way around, now she's alert, intrigued. Her eyes are watching every move. Because here's what she's really looking for: a man who doesn't flinch, a man who doesn't seek, a man who embodies masculine calm, not emotional chaos. That calmness, that's Stoicism. That's Marcus Aurelius saying, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. So, what do most men do wrong? They treat her beauty like a prize and themselves like a contestant. Stop doing that. Stop treating her youth like it elevates her above you. It doesn't. You bring gravity, you bring direction, you bring legacy, but only if you stop acting like she's doing you a favor by showing up. You want her to feel lucky to be in your presence. And that doesn't happen when you give. It happens when you withhold. Give less, mean more. If she's used to attention, take it away. If she's used to compliments, make her earn one. If she's used to being pursued, flip the script. Because the most masculine energy in the room isn't loud. It's unshakable. She'll test it. She'll try to get you off balance. She'll flirt, then pull back. She'll act hot one moment, then cold the next. And your job? Don't move. That stillness, that emotional discipline, that's what makes her respect you. And once she respects you, attraction is inevitable. Let's talk about control. Not over her, but over yourself. Because the moment you try to control her, you lose the frame. But when you control you, your words, your time, your attention, you hold the power. Think about it. She's 24, you're 38, or 42, whatever. She's used to guys bending for her, changing plans, replying fast, giving her the power without her even asking for it. But then she meets you. You don't chase, you don't double text, you don't offer emotional comfort on demand. Not because you're playing games, but because you're not needy, because you don't react, because you're not moved by a pretty face and a little attention. That's when the dynamic shifts. She starts thinking, why isn't he more into me? Is he seeing someone else? What does he think about me? Why do I care so much? That psychological grip is everything, and you build it by holding your frame. So when she pulls back, you don't chase. When she flirts harder, you don't get giddy. When she says something provocative, you don't bite. You just observe. You stay grounded. That's Stoicism in action, not reacting, not being ruled by emotion. And if you're thinking, but what if I lose her? Let her go. Because the moment you fear losing her is the moment she starts losing respect for you. Let that sink in. Your fear, it leaks out. It shows up in your tone, in your texts, in your body language. And a younger woman picks up on that fear like a wolf smells blood. She might not say it, but she feels it. And once she senses fear, it's over. But when you're okay with walking away, when you're genuinely indifferent to the outcome, now you're dangerous, now you're rare, because 99% of men are acting from lack. But you act from abundance. She's not your oxygen, she's not your reward, she's a bonus to your already full life. And when she feels that, she starts chasing you. Now let's bring it all home. You want the respect of a younger woman? You want her drawn to you, thinking about you, craving your presence? Then listen closely. Never try to be what you think she wants. Be exactly who you are, rooted, calm, detached. You don't need to catch up to her youth. She's the one trying to catch up to your depth. You don't need to impress her with noise. She's craving your silence. You don't need to show her how much you care. She needs to wonder. That's the secret. That's the power of restraint. You are not there to entertain her. You're not there to fill her boredom. You are not a dancing puppet in some validation circus. You are a man, a grounded, masculine force. And she either aligns with your world or she leaves. But you never, ever contort yourself to fit hers. Because here's the truth. If you betray yourself to keep her, you'll lose her anyway. But if you hold your frame, your values, your direction, your discipline, she'll respect you whether she stays or not. And that respect is everything. Because attraction without respect is short-lived. But when a woman respects you, her loyalty, her desire, her submission, it all flows from that place. So I challenge you. The next time you're in front of a younger woman and feel the urge to impress, don't. The next time you want to text first, pause. The next time she pulls back and you want to chase, breathe. Let stillness be your weapon. Let silence be your message. Let your presence say everything words never could. And remember what Epictetus said. No man is free who is not master of himself. Be the master, not of her, not of the situation, but of you. That's what makes you untouchable. That's what makes you unforgettable. That is what makes you respected. Now go live it.